Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Robert Raven here. When last we left off on Heroes Adventures, Drakeo failed his fight against the Guildmaster. He was killed and then resurrected. And now we are going to do Eddy's battle against the pirate captain William. So let's get this, and here we are on or at the beach on the third layer of the town. It's layered. There's 12 different layers. And then, so as Drakeo's revived, and as William's like shouting at Eddy and jumps down, his flying ship comes and he jumps onto his ship, and then it flies over and it drops down into the sea, and then he screams, "I'm ready whenever you are," and like waves like a red flag because we obviously can't hear him. And as Drakeo, the Guildmaster, and the Guildmaster's dragon, which is Drakeo and Eddy's sister, all fly up into the stands. As they're flying up into the stands, Eddy says what he was saying in the last episode, and then he continues talking while in the stands as they are about ready to fight. And let's go ahead and see who's going to go first. Oh wow, we got a natural 20. So we're obviously going first. Oh wow, and the pirate captain got a 19. That's crazy. Alright. So as we are preparing for battle, the pirate captains, we can see him like running around getting like cannons and all that stuff ready on the ship. And we'll be patient and let him get ready. And as that's happening, Drakeo is talking to the Guildmaster in the stands, and he says, so I have a random question. I know it's gonna come out of nowhere, but the other day you said something about speaking to the king about the killer cabbages because they learned some new ability, or maybe they're more intelligent now or whatever. But then you said you're the ruler of the kingdom, and so because you're the Guildmaster, which is what we were always taught, was the Guildmasters were the leaders of the continents. And so I was just curious what you meant by that. And the Guildmaster starts laughing. He's like, "Oh, yeah, that you guys obviously have been here so you don't know that the king is just the title for our information gatherer. She's quite good at her job, and she was taught by her father, who passed down the title. And so, yeah, that's just what she's called. And he's like, all right. And as that's happening, Eddy, let's see. Let's pull up this real quick. Where is the... There they are, constructs. Right here. Alright, so let's check out our... Yeah, because... so it's got a armor of 30 for the flying ship. But our base attack is 38, so we don't even have to roll, because just our base attack is enough to hit it. Awesome. So with that, let's start off with a breath weapon. And since we automatically hit it, and it's a ship, it's not going to be able to dodge, let alone with how big our breath weapon is, it wouldn't be able to dodge anyway. Let's see what its save is to see if it... Alright, there it is. Reflex is 2, so yeah. There's pretty much no way that it's going to beat it. It's got a... Yeah, unless it rolls a 20, because ours is a 33 for our highest save. So yeah, they got 11 and we got 43. So they take full damage, which is 10d10 plus our highest ability modifier, which is 12, plus our base attack. So let's see, that's 40, 48, and then 50. So it's a 50 plus whatever we roll here. So 50, 52, 60, 63, 66, 70, 78, 83, 87, 91, 92, 100, 104, and 112 plus 50, so 168 damage. And let's see, William, he's got a plus 10, but that's only a 17, so he also doesn't beat the 43. And the ship's got 300 health. William's got 200 health. So 3 and 2. 2. Alright, so William is at 38 health, which puts the ship at 138, because it's got exactly 100 more health points than him. And this, as we finally decide, you know what, we're sick of waiting, we fly up and we dash towards the ship as fast as we can, causing like the wind to rip and cut and slice behind our wings, even though we're not a wind dragon. And we make it up to where we can reach the ship with our breath, and we fly up and then come and twist down, and as we're barreling and nose diving down towards the ship, we fill our throat with the massive purple energy that climbs up and is released out as we open our mouth, and it unleashes a massive breath weapon attack of pure magic, dealing 168 damage as it blows all the masts in half, ripping the sails, blowing 3 or 4 holes in the deck of the ship and causing the ship to start to be caught on fire. And as that happens, we see William scrambling around because he only got a 17 out of 43. And as he's like scrambling around, we are going to fly down and use our bite attack, and there's no way he can dodge it because our base attack is 38, his armor is 25. So let's see, this is 5d10 plus our 50 for our bite attack, and so he's dead because the base of 50, he's at 38 health. As we fly down after our breath weapon, as the purple magic is still engulfing the ship, and William is like scurrying around trying to get back to his feet from the explosions. We swoop down, land on the ship, and snap him right in half with our jaws. And that is the end of the pirate captain. And as we snap him in half with our jaws, we spit the other half of him out onto the ship. And then the guild master looks over at his dragon, who's our sister, who we have still yet to learn the name of, and he nods and she nods, and then she flies over and she uses the Forbidden Resurrection spell again to shave another 100 years off of her life to bring back William, as his body is glowing in green light, and then it, like magic light, begins to burst from both his top and lower half, and then it ties together and then pulls, and it like sews him back together, and then everything heals, and there is a scar all the way around his stomach where he was ripped in half, all the way around like his stomach and back and hips. And as that happens, he wakes up, and let's see how he reacts. 58. Okay, he reacts positively. He looks at us and goes, well, he won fair and square, so, fuck, man. After 10 long years of sailing the seas, I guess, you're the captain now, Captain. And I look at him and I go, you know, I still haven't quite decided if I actually want to be the captain or not. I made my decision in the moment, and it looks like you also made your decision to fight me in the moment. So you can be the captain for another year. Give me a year to think. And after my brother takes the guild trial next year and becomes a member, then I will decide. I will tell you on that day if I will choose to be the pirate captain or not. For I wish to spend this next year training and gaining knowledge before I just throw myself into a leader position like that. And William goes, wise, my friend. Now, they always said dragons were the smartest and most powerful. But ye behold, I only ever seen thy one. And today I've seen two more. Blessed be, drink with me. And he starts like pulling out barrels from the hull of the ship as it's still like partially destroyed. And he's like, all right, everyone, let's have a party to celebrate the honor of our new guild member, who's, by the way, our second fucking dragon. no one's gonna mess with us now. And then he passes out from the exhaustion of being revived. And then we all get like come together at the base of the beach, and we bring William over, and we all teleport back to the guild. The guild master says congratulations on your victory. Also, you didn't have to kill him. And I'm like, sorry, I wasn't trying to. I don't know how to hold back my strength. That's why I said I want to train for the next year. There's a couple things I'd like to do. I'd like to train to hold my strength back. I'd like to train to be able to hold my human form for like a whole day, so that I never have to worry about it accidentally like popping out in cities that aren't okay with dragons, because obviously you're a dragon rider, so this whole country loves its hero and dragons, except some small villages that dragons have tormented on the outskirts of the capital, which makes sense. And so I think it'd be wise if I did that. I want to learn about the history of this country, and because I'm from the Dragon Continent, and I want to practice my alchemy. And he's like, well, that sounds like an eventful year. So I will go ahead and let you do that. I mean, you are an official member of the guild now. Don't forget to go up to the front desk and get your magic power level checked, and then get your guild card. And we look at him and we're like, magic power level? What do you mean magic power level? That you guys really have something that can oh yeah, you're a dragon rider. Of course you have something that can measure the power of a dragon. Yeah, we call it magic power level because of dragons. So every adventurer has a rank and a level, and we just call it that because of, well, obviously what I just stated before, and what you were able to kind of deduce. And so he says, good day. Don't forget to get your guild card again, and if you ever want to take a break from your training, then there is the guild board over there. And also, since you are an official member, you can now, if you so choose, register for one of the apartments to be yours. So I will be off. I have many other things to do, for running a country is more than just my guild duties. Have a nice day. And him and his dragon, who's our sister, in her human form, and all the other branch captains leave. And they go, it looks like, towards the teleportation room so that the guildmaster can send them all back to their posts. And we go up to the front desk and we register. And as we register, let's see, William gives us let's see, defeating William and his ship gives us enough experience to hit level 3. So LV3. So let me make a note of that. And all right. And then we are going to roll to see how our how our weekly outcomes for the months go. So let's make a note real quick. Let's see. Strength. Train. And then we wanted to learn history about the country, and then we want to practice our alchemy, and then we want to train our human form, which is raising one of our stats until it's pretty much a little over doubled, because our highest stat is 12 right now, and we need our highest ability modifier is 12, and we need it to be 24. So we need to double our highest stat. Somehow through training, which will probably, let's see what we've got our notes right here for what we're going to do. That's our note to remind us that we are now level 3 instead of level 1. And we let's see. So our charisma and our constitution are both at 12 for our ability modifier. And so let's see. I guess we'll do it with our strength. We'll rate, because we can kill 2 with 1. We can do our strength training which it will be us holding back our strength because we are in our human form. So we'll learn how to hold back our strength while in our human form, specifically. And so we'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And let's see. Let's do this real quick. Okay, so it'll take us 3 months. Alright. It'll take us 3 months. So let's do our note right here. 12 months. We are on 1 of 12. And we'll put in M for 1 of 12. And then the M is for months. And then over here, we'll do 1 through 4 with a W for the week that we're on, so we can make tallies and keep track. Alright, so week 1, we, instead of doing day by day, we're just going to do it week by week. We have to get 3 consecutive rolls out of 5 that are 50 or higher. So there's 63. That's a 7. So it's already broke. Okay, so 86. There's 1. 35. Alright, so we fail for this week. Alright, we'll make a tally. Alright. Week 2. That's a 3. And that's a 21. And that's a 48. So we fail for this week. Alright, week 3. 99. 86. And 46. Damn, we fail for this week. We almost got it. That's week 3. Alright, week 4. That's a 26. That's a 9. That's a 26 again. And fail. Alright, so that's month 1. We have failed to learn how to I dropped my pencil. We failed to learn how to hold our human shape and hold back our strength through training. Month 2, hopefully we can 96. Ooh, 79. Are we gonna get it? At 48. Damn. And that's another fail for this week. And oh, that's an 86. 45. 52. And 13. That's a fail for this week. Alright, week 3 of month 2. 44, 56, 81, 96. Are we gonna get it? 23. Damn. Fail for week 3, month 2. 38, 60. That's a 6. That's a 50. No, we fail. Alright, that's month 2. Oh man, it might take us the whole year just to do this. And training every day. Alright, let's see. We are now on month 3. Let's see, 71, 87, and 83. Awesome. So, on week 1 of month 3, we complete our training for our human and strength. So let's make a note right here. Alright, so right here, strength now 42 with ham of 24. Alright, so we are now in our human form at all times, unless we choose to not be in our human form. And now we will let's say we will let's also say all that training gives us an extra level, because we did just train for 3 months and we more than doubled our strength. So we'll go up to level 4. We'll do all that. And now let's we'll say we will learn about the history, just in case we find something interesting, so that we can practice our alchemy before we take our first adventure, so it'll be like fresh in our memory from practice. So we will get and we will go to the library, which is in the capital. We will go out of the guild and we will go to the main library, because as of right now we do not know that the guild has its own library. And we will go and we'll check out some books on history. We'll roll a d4 and see how many we can find that are relevant to the topic we're looking for. We find 2. So we find 2 books that talk about the history of this continent. And let's see, high, low, good or bad, for if they're good or bad information. So the first book has terrible information. It's a kid's book that is just full of like stories and stuff like that. And the other book, 43, has like some all right information, but it's not quite what we're looking for. We're looking for like the history of heroes and stuff like that because we're really interested in being a hero. And this stuff is just mostly like local history and local lores and folk tales and songs and stuff like that, which is cool that we learned all that. Um, and we'll say it takes us a week to read both those books. And then on week 2, we will go to, we'll wake up and on our way to the guild, we bump into our brother who is like in his small dragon form, or his medium dragon form, like the guild master told him to, and he's like running around doing errands and stuff, and he doesn't notice us in our human form because he's yet to see it. And so we just let him, not realize it's us, and let him keep doing his thing, and we just like nod at him, and we think to ourselves like, hell yeah, dude, fucking, and like, yeah, and keep that dragon's pride and fucking just don't let it overwhelm you again, as we're like thinking this to ourselves, walking away. And we go to the guild, and we walk up to the guild lady, and we're like, hey, is there like any where I can find history about heroes of this country? And she's like, who are you? And I pull out my guild card, and she's like, oh yeah, you're the one that's been training. So like, no horns or nothing, like no tail, no claws, no. The point of being in a human form is to not have anyone know that I'm a dragon. That's kind of, the whole thing. And plus I've been training to, not annihilate people while in this form, so it keeps my power in check. And she says, oh, smart. And as of the history of heroes, I mean, yeah, there's a bunch of books on the history of heroes in the guild library. It's mostly what it's full of. We keep records of all adventurers throughout the country since the existence of guilds. And Eddy's goes, well, shit. Can you show me where the library is? And she's like, yeah, it's this way, come with me. And she takes us down past the guild hall, down past the training, like the inside training area, and then over and to this like open area, as we go into the open area, which we realize is like a garden area for like resting and relaxing. Over on the other side of that is the library. And as we get to the library, she says, just talk to the librarian about anything you want to know. And so we go up and we talk to the librarian, and let's see how this goes. So A5. She looks at she says, "Yes, what can I do for you today, Sonny?" And we're like, we'd like a book about the first hero. And she puts her finger up and goes, "Tick, tick, tick. You know that no one under A rank is allowed to read about the first hero." And he goes, "But ma'am, look at my guild card." And we hand her our guild card, which I'm going to check the guild rules real quick in the From Peasants to Palaces core rulebook. Let's see. It'll be here somewhere. I know that because I've got guild rankings. I'm pretty sure A is city class, meaning you're strong enough to destroy like a whole city, which is what we are currently at. Where's the guild rules? Poisons, diseases. It might be in the back of the book. I don't remember. Character creation, concepts. Alright, so yeah, it's back here. There we go. Game world and setting. Cultures. Realms. Oh, this is a clan lore. the primordial dungeons, which is one of the things we'll learn about once we learn about the first hero. That's the adventuring gear. Alright, Where is it at? I must have... This is the enemy creation stuff for how to make your own monsters. These are campaigns. Yeah, where's it at? Okay, let's see. Guild rules. Right there. Where'd it go? There it is. I did skip the page on accident. There it is. Alright, so... yeah, right here. So, tier levels. All members are given a Magical Guild certification card that displays their name, their rank, and their power level, their guild reputation, and the amount of completed and failed missions. Their guild power levels are as follows. F tier equals small village level. D tier equals village level. C tier equals small town level. B tier equals town level. A tier equals small city level. S tier equals city level. Double S tier equals army level, and triple S tier is continent level, and triple S plus is planet level and higher. So we're a dragon. We're strong enough to destroy. Well, no, because the guild masters. But we are strong enough to destroy an entire city, so, or like kingdom, if the guild master is not there, or if it's a weaker guild master than ours. So we are actually S tier, not A tier, because a small city doesn't stand a chance against us, but a large city, which is a kingdom, does stand a chance against us. So we are at S tier. We'll make that note real quick. Just a quick note right there. Alrighty. And so we pull out our guild card, and it shows that we have 0 missions taken, 0 completed, 0 failed. We're currently level 4 with a massive amount of strength, because it shows all of our stats, and then all that good stuff. And then she looks for our, where it shows our tier and the guild, and she's like, wait, you're an S class, but your guild card right here says that you just joined 2 months and 2 weeks ago. And we're like, yeah. And she's just like, I've never met someone that looks as young as you be so powerful with 0 missions taken. And we're like, well, I mean, there's reasons for that. I mean, just to join the guild, I did beat Pirate Captain William. And she gasps and throws her arms back as she falls out of her seat, and starts mumbling to herself, kind of afraid. And then we're like, so 1, can we have our guild card back, and 2, can we have that those books on the first hero? And she says, yes, definitely. And so we will roll a d4 to see how many. Okay, there's 3 books on the hero. That makes sense. The beginning of his life, the middle of his life, and the end of his life. And we will say it takes us a week each to read the books, because they're big books and we're wanting to actually study them, and or long. So we'll see. Okay, so that is all week 3. Let's see. Okay, so we'll do 3 out of 5 not consecutive this time. Or sorry, 2 out of 3 not consecutive, 50 or higher. And that's a fail. So we are now on month 3, and this is the first book of us reading and taking down information. 65, 24, and 28. That's a fail. 28, 42, and so that's a fail, because that's alright. So week 3, month 3, and then 83, 5, 61. Okay, so week 3 of month 3, we succeed on reading and taking all of the notes from the first book. We learn about the childhood of the first ever hero and how he lived in mountains and how he had the same name as us and the same ability as us for our spider power that we were born with, that we barely ever use because it's like our last resort. And to like show our true power, it's the one thing we always keep away and not let anyone know that we have, even though our brother blabbed about it. Uh, so we learn all that, and we learn about how uh, the village had like a spirit that they talked to that connected them to what are now known as the lost gods. And so we're on week 4, and this is book 2, 52, 48, and 88. Cool. Within this week, we are able to read and take all the notes we need. This book isn't as like detailed or interesting towards the like middle of his years, which are from about the years 8 to 12. And it's pretty much just more of the same thing as the first books, except he started like training and stuff like that with his dad, the chief, once he was old enough. And then the last book, which we thought was going to be about its adulthood, but it's apparently the first hero died as a teenager, which we know this as the player, but so he, let's see, 48, 76, and 93. Cool. So in the first week of month 4, we complete reading the 3 books, which we now learn about the towers that were spread around the world from Magi. We learn about Magi. We learn that there are 18 towers left. We learn that one of the 3 towers on this continent has been destroyed. The other 2 have yet to be located. And one tower in the land of dragons has in the land of dragons has been destroyed. And the other 2 have as far as we know, yet to be discovered. And then one has I forgot. I've got the notes here. I read it off in a video. All the towers that got destroyed. There was 21, now there's 18. And different heroes destroyed different towers during different years. And this only has the information on the first hero who destroyed the one of the three towers here, but it also has information on one of the other first heroes, because the heroes isn't a singular title like the first hero, the second hero. They're groupings of that generation of heroes. And so one of the other heroes that were of the generation of the first discovered and destroyed the one in the uh, Dragonland. And so, and it explains about like the powers and how everyone used to have one, but the god of beasts over time said that like heroes would have them stack in multiplicity, which is now why we have like the clans and classes, because it's the stacking of the powers of the bloodlines of heroes. And we learn about the eyes that dwell underneath this very guild. And as we learn about all this, we we return our books, all that. We've taken all the notes, so we have it all, like, we pretty much copied the books, all the parts that we needed, and wrote it all down. And so next we learned the history, got our notes. Next, we will practice our alchemy. And let's see, I've got right here is our alchemist. And all right, so let's do this. Excuse me, I sneezed. Alright, so we will be level 4 now. So we have up to this. Alright, so we will, for the next 3 weeks, we will practice our regular potion making, and which is the ones that we already have, which are health potion, damage potion, save potion, invisibility potion, plant and animal speech, which we've got that down. And then we will practice our alchemic manipulation, which is you can mold a 5-foot radius worth of non-magical salt, sulfur, mercury, fire, earth, air, or water into a new form, such as a non-magical item object for each and it's 5 plus mana for each, but we're not using mana points for this game. Past the initial 5, additional 5-foot radius is affected. We'll just do percentiles. Additionally, if you create something through this ability, it must be non-magical. Beginning at 8th level, you gain the ability to pour your mana into your creations, making it magical. A magical item or object created in this way can have a number of effects or abilities created by you and your game organizer equal to your ham, which is highest ability modifier. And then at level 4, so we'll practice that. We'll make some, let's say for like week 1 and, or yeah, we'll say week 2, we practice just making, mundane things like cups and bowls and plates and knives and forks and beakers and lock picks, rope, all the type of stuff that we would need for adventuring in like a dungeon. And then for on week 3 we will we'll say we'll keep practicing that, and then we'll get it mastered within 2 weeks of like everyday continuous practicing. And then on for the additional potions, we've got the ability bumping potions, which grant +2 bonus to a stat until the end of next turn. So we'll say we practice for a week making those, and we drink them throughout the week to make sure that they work. And that will put us at week 4 and month 5 of the year. And so next, let's see, we'll do this. Now that we have trained for trained and studied for 5 whole months, we're also going to say training our alchemy for all for those weeks makes us gain a level because we're training in our alchemy, which puts us at level 5, which will give us multi-attack. So we'll be at level 5 from training, and level 5, and let's see, so now we can pick our first quest. And let's see, I have I'm trying to get to it real quick. I have a D100 table. Once I can where is it at? Do, 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 do. That's the well. Here we go. Is this it? No. Alright, those are the... So it should be the next portion. Yep, right here. Alright. D100 table from my newest published book. Let's see, we've got a 22. So 22 is... We're going to use these as quests. Okay. That's actually really interesting and really cool for our first quest. Especially since we're S rank and... Oh, wow. Okay. Nice. So, as we go into the guild hall, we notice that there is more adventurers in there as normal, and they're all like talking, and like there's a bunch of ruckus going on and shit. And we notice that the guild master and like 3 of the branch captains are all like actually in the guild, and everyone's like gathered around him trying to like talk to him, and Guildmaster's getting annoyed until he finally yells, "Shut the fuck up, everyone, and I'll explain what's going on. Look here. On the city west of the mountains, there is a famine. Somehow the road to that leads through the mountains where we where they get supplies from us has been cut off, and they are having like a massive problem. They've already had over 100 die from starvation, and they can't get access to the waterfall for fresh water up in the mountains. So we because something's blocking the road, something's blocking the waterfall, and we need as many adventurers that are willing to take 2 groups and split. We need one of you to investigate what's going on with the waterfall, and we need one of you to investigate what's going on with the trade route road. And then once that's done, we need you guys to figure out how to come together as a joint party to get supplies to the village. And we're all like, okay, I mean, that makes sense, but Captain, by the time we get there, one of like William's guys, he's like pulls on William's shirt, and he's like, "Captain, but by the time we get there, won't they all be dead? I mean, it takes a normal adventurer like a year and a half to get there to that village. It takes about 8ish to 6 months to just get up like to the mountains. And the captain says, "Don't worry about that. We've got all that planned." And he's like, "All right." And as he's saying that, the guild master continues speaking, uh, and he's saying, "I know everyone. Uh, you're probably wondering, oh, well, how are we supposed to help the village? Well, that's what these are for." And he pulls out these like little token things that are probably about like that big. And as he pulls them out, he says, "These are all vouchers for William's ship Zeppelin. And anyone who is willing to go on this adventure and help out the city, you will get this token for after the quest is complete, and starting at the time of receival, you will get 1 full year of free rides upon the skyship Zeppelins throughout the city or the country, anywhere you want, for 1 whole year. And you will also get an official 1 year's worth of paid vacation. So if you choose to take it, or you can just have a year's worth of pay. I know every adventure pays different, so we'll take the basic for the D level tiers and we'll round it out. And everyone, if you choose, will get that much. And let's see how many people. High, low, good or bad. Okay, so 52. Cool. Okay, so we will roll a D. We'll roll a D10. And we still only rolled a 2. Okay. So it looks like me and one other person decides to speak up, and will say, I'm like, I've been training for the past 5 months. I haven't done a job yet. And I mean, I did join the guild because I admire the heroes and I would love to be a hero. And so I'll take the job. And I don't even care where you send me. The road, the waterfall, I don't care. I just want to get some glory. And you can even keep the gold guild master and the coin. I don't need it. And the guild master nods his head and he's like thinking to himself, like, good, the dragon wants to go. The problem will be solved faster than I thought. And then a woman that has long blonde hair and pointy ears with green eyes, and she is in um kind of like half plate uh that's black with a purple trim with a uh diamond on the chest, and she has two swords on her right hip, and she has four daggers on her left hip. And she, uh, excuse me. I yawned. She raises her hand and she says, you know what? Let's roll on a list of names real quick. A two again. What's up with me rolling twos? All right. So her name is Tatiana. Let's take a note of this so that I remember. All right. Tatiana raises up her arm and she says, I'll go, Guildmaster. And the Guildmaster says, well, if you two are going, then no one else need not go. For I know Eddy, or sir, call me Edward, and I know Edward, it's true power, and I definitely know Tatiana's strength, and so I think the two of you shall be enough. However, since there is only two of you, I would prefer if you stuck together and go to the road first and then the waterfall, so that you can unblock the road and unblock the blockades and get everything for trade routes ready to come through while you investigate the waterfall. And we both at the same time were like, all right, sounds good, Guildmaster. When do you want us to leave? And he's like, well, I mean, I would like you to leave immediately, but ideally within the next 3 days so that you can get gear and rations for your trip. And we will send word that help is on its way. And we're like, all right, cool, thank you. And we'll be back in however long it takes us. And then we'll say we spend the next 3 days, or we'll say, no, we spend the next 2 days gathering goods and hanging out together, shopping and getting to know each other. And the third day we train in the morning, we train in the train in the morning and afternoon, and then towards like right before nighttime, uh, when the sun's still out and not quite yet going down, we decide to leave by uh, Tatiana mounting on to my back, and we fly off into the distance. And let's say it normally takes like a year and a half to get there. We're a drag. It takes half the time for us to get there. So 6 months, but we're not going all the way to the village. We're going to the mountain pass. So it will take us 3 months to get there. So 5, 6, 7, 8. We are on month 8. As we will end up coming down, and we will roll to see if anything happens, like anything eventful or not happens throughout those 3 months. So D100. Okay, so an 80. Ooh, that's all the way down at the like bottom. 88, 85, 84, 82, 81, 80. That's, what's that say? Oh man. All right. So we will just use that for all 3 months, because it will say it takes about that long for it to take effect and for everything to happen. So within the 3 months it takes us to get to the trade routes at the top of the mountain, or near the top of the mountain, because at the top of the mountain is the waterfall. As we get to the trade routes near the top of the mountain, we, unbeknownst to us yet, because we have not made it to the village, but once we get to the village, a curse of some kind has been placed upon the village and its people within the 3 months that it has taken us to get here. We also need to see what if anything has happened to our kingdom. That's a 4. Well, not our kingdom, but the kingdom that our guild is. Wait, does that say no? Okay, so unrest is starting to break out within the city. The first month, the second month, one of the branch leaders abandons his post and it cannot be found. And the third month, he is found as the leader of a now small uprising that is trying to start a civil war, because they have been informed about the curse of the famine that has been placed upon the village, and the guildmaster is trying to get information to us to let us know that the trade routes and the waterfall have nothing to do with what's going on, even though there's something wrong with them. It is, in fact, a curse that has been placed within the people or the land. We are not sure which one. And with that, we will end today's session, and so that I can get us caught up to level 5. I will do that off screen so it's not so boring with just calculations. And then before we end, actually, we can do this. We can roll for Tatiana's power and her clan and class. So, alright. So, that is... Okay, page... Alright. It's 28. Which should be... No. Come on. Okay, so... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. Alright, so someone's already got that one, so we'll do page 27 instead. And that will give her the genome storing needles as her ability, or as her power. And it'll be the whole set of 5, because just like ours, every time she levels up, she'll get one of the from the set to like power up her power. She's we'll put her at level 5 also, so her power's maxed out. Ours goes all the way up to 20. There we also, and then so let's go with, I'll just put this quick note real quick. Okay, LV level 5 and DNA needles. Right there at the bottom. And then we'll roll for her clan and her class. Oh, nice. A 17. Oh, wait. Wait a minute. sure. Pretty sure there's 18 clans. Let me. There we go. Trying to get the. Okay, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Alright, so there's more than 18. Okay, so she is the Shy Shell clan, which is a turtle folk. And, alright, so. Alright, so there is the Shy Shell clan, and so there's my note card. Alright, so she will be Shy Shell clan. Alright, and then her class 16. Let's see what class and then alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, there's 16 classes. So we will choose we'll choose 15 for her, which is Summoner / Tamer. Alright, so she will be a Summoner / Tamer. Alright, we've got our notes right there. That should be all we need. I'm still deciding on if I'm going to make a video of leveling us up or not. I might, so that everyone can see us level up and our progression. And then if I want to do one on creating Tatiana or not. If I do it behind the scenes, then I will let everyone know. If I make videos, then I make videos. If not, I'll see you next time. Like, subscribe, share, and join us for more adventures. And right before we go, let's roll to see what kind of effect this famine curse has got. Alright, cool. So, it is the land that is cursed, not the people. Alright. And let's take a note of that. We'll put famine, cursed land. We do not know this yet, but we will learn that this once, if and when, I should say, we make it to the city that we're trying to make it to, which is over these mountains, and we will here are all the inner mountain passes where the first hero lived, and we have yet to draw the city on the other side, so we will do that right here. So I'm pretty sure that's everything we need. Oh yeah, we need to make a note that we finished our training. I'll put finished training right here. That's important because when learning about the history of like the first heroes, and we learned about the gods leaving and magi and all that, we learned that the heroes are also all gifted with a like second ability that no one pretty much ever use, which is the ability to speak with and control beasts. And so through that we've learned that those that did learn to like actually use that ability and use it often were the ones that throughout time their offspring got the compilation of the powers, and that's how summoners and tamers came to be. And we also learn that not everyone can be a summoner or tamer, but everyone does have the ability to speak with and control creatures because of the blessing from the beast god. So that is important to keep in mind. And so with that, now we have everything noted down for what we need for our next adventure. And we will pick up in the mountain pass, and we will roll to see what's blocking the trade routes. Thank you all again, and I'll see you next time in our next adventure. Robert Raven out.